Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to do a sender app for your Android native receiver. I recommend that you open up the link in the video's description, which has the whole tutorial but written. I will use this constantly throughout the tutorial to copy and paste actions and just to know what and remember what I'm doing. Alright, so let's get started. So first of all, create a new project, empty activity. Next, call your project whatever. I'll just call it sender tutorial. All right, finish. Now wait for the for a project to load. All right, now that everything is done, let's check our first step. The first step is add the dependencies. So we have to add 3 dependencies, which all does something we will use in this tutorial. You can look at them up yourself. Okay, so let's go here. Project structure, dependencies, and plus library dependencies. And here we enter each of the dependencies and do apply. So the first one, let's pick this one. Don't pick the version because there might be new version. Yeah, like this one as a new version. Implement. Let's do another one. Um, yep. Pop. Alright, there's a new one as well. Alright, nice. Now press apply and everything will start to get imported and we just wait for it to finish importing. Alright, now everything's finished importing. Let's check the next step. The next step is we have to implement the cast option provider. Now, to implement the cast option provider, we first have to create a new, we have to go in our main package here, press new and content clash file, and then we name it, oops, we name it the cast option provider here. Alright, now that we have it, and now that I've created the class, let's take this code here and paste it. And then we just click on everything and import them. If there's a few options, always take the cast option, not the cast option in cast. Let me import this one also. Launch and show first one. Import. Okay, so this one is not to import. Don't make this mistake. This one you can actually just remove it. Okay. This is the application ID. If in the other tutorial probably made an application ID, this is where you put it. For me, I'm going to use this project here's that I made. If you try to use this one, it won't work. I don't recommend it. So I recommend that you make your own. There you go. This one. All right. Now that we have this set up, let's go to the next step. Provide the location of your cast option provided to a value for the cast framework to use. Okay. So first of all, let's find our manifest. It's right here. Enter manifest.html. First of all, we have to add the metadata. So so the cast framework can know our location of our cast option provider. So we paste this here before in the application the activity, and we change this here for the reference to our cast option provider. So to get a reference, we just go here, copy path /reference, copy reference, and we just paste it here, and we're done. Alright, next step. We gotta initiate the casting. Okay, so let's go back to our main activity .kotlin, and here we'll make a new global variable for the class called cast context, which we'll use to store cast context. And then in our main activity in the onCreate function, we'll add this line of code which will assign what happened to my proof. So confused by my keybind. Now okay, we got our cast context. You don't forget to actually import the cast context here, and then we'll initiate the cast context in the onCreate function like this. Perfect. Now, yeah, we got our stuff here. Alright, now let's change the main activity class to an app compat activity, so we can actually add the casting button. Because now the casting should work, but we don't have any button to start it, so. Alright, so first of all, we gotta change the external activity, the main activity file to app compat activity. So in other words, this means that you see here this component activity, we just change it for app compat activity and we import the thing. There you go. Now we wait for the change to complete. It's already complete for me. Now if we execute the app, it will crash since we need to change the team's on Excel to be an option with an action bar. Okay. What happens is basically this creates an action bar at the top of an application, and the action bar like chooses a color from the team. But if you look at our team here, you'll see that it has no action bar, which and what will this do is will crash our app. So we need to change the team for one with an action bar. So first of all, the team is in res, values, and teams. It should be described in my tutorial. Yep. And now we need to change the parent attribute of the style element to be one with taskbar. So I'll just pick this one. But there's a few options you can see in the Android. By the way, just remove the Android part. Alright. Now we're not done. We also need to add a primary color for our action bar. Which I'll just make it I'll just make it black. So we have to put it in the style element. So just make a end element here. Alright, good. Now here's what your team's icon should look like. Should look like mine right now here. Now I'm pretty sure we should be able to see our team's or our action bar. So if you got an a device here, virtual device, you should start it up just to see that everything works so far. Okay. Alright, let's execute our app here. Now building should take a few moments. And there you go, we got our action bar here with the yellow Android underneath. So now let's add the casting button to your action bar. To do that, we first have to make a menu directory, Android resource, so we can have a layout of our menu. So first of all, go in the res here and add new Android resource directory. Pick the menu one, click OK. Now here, create a new menu resource file. And we'll just call it menu, I believe. I think it'll be fine, I hope. There you go. Now we can go in the code part and add this item here. Poop. And let's wait here. There should be a import. There you go. Import namespace. And now, well, we can't see it yet, but it should be there. In we can't see it in the demo, but it should be there when we re-execute our app, I believe. Let's check. Oh, we need to add the uncreate option menu. Okay. So go back in the main activity.kotlin and inside the class here, make a new function which is called onCreate option here. I keep resizing my window. Alright, and just copy and paste this, it'll be faster actually. For class. So always re-import the class like I do. And now it should work if we restart. There you go. Now we got a cast, and I've got my Chromecast with my app on my network. Good. Now next step. Now let's add a button to communicate with our Chromecast. Because right now we have absolutely, we can connect to it. I believe if I try to connect to my Chromecast, I think it's closed right now. I'm gonna go pick it up later. But as you can see, it's trying to connect into my Chromecast, and it's probably closed right now, so it doesn't work. But I'll pick it up later for a demo. Yep. Anyway. Okay. Now in the res folder, create a new Android resource directory, which is called layout. So in a res, new Android resource directory, let's call it layout. And yep. Okay, now let's create a new layout resource main file called main layout. I believe this is what I called it right here. Oh, it's the opposite. Okay. Layout main. Layout main. Okay. Okay, now let's go in the code part here and add this code here to create a button, which is the select button. Okay, this is fine. Now, to set our button or view in the actual view, we need to, of our application, we need to set the content view to a layout and onCreate in our main activity. So to do so, we copy this, which is the reference to our layout, and we remove this default set content here that's made by the app. We can actually remove this, we won't use this at all. And then here we paste this set content layout. And I believe now we should be able to see our button. And yeah, it's right here, but it's under our dark action bar. So how do we fix this so it's under? Well, we go back to the layer layout here. We check the tutorial and we add this in the linear layout element. And relaunch. And there you go. Got a select button underneath our action bar. Okay. Well, now this is great, but our action bar, our button doesn't do anything. So let's add an action to our button. So before we start, let's add a global value to use as our channel for the communication. So in res value, let's find our string here. Res value strings.xml. Cool. Now let's add a new string. So personally, I just use my package name. Which I'll just use this one I use for the test sender app, which is going to be faster. Yep. But you can use your own package name here. You can use whatever you want here actually. This part doesn't really matter as long as you assign it in the Android native receiver app. Alright. Now to send message, we'll first start by grabbing a reference to the button by using ID. Then we'll use the set on click listener function of the button to assign the action of sending or custom data under a JSON format. In the onCreate function of our main activity file, add the following code to select button. So we just take this, copy this, go in our main activity, and after our set content view in our onCreate here, we just paste this and we import everything. And because here our ID is linked to our select button here, if for example if we would make a new button, we would change our select button with another ID and reference it through this here with its name. So we just finished importing everything. Your IDE should probably know how to import it automatically, so it's no biggie. And yeah, now we should be able to send information to your app. Okay, so now I don't have my Chromecast. It's not with me right now. I'm gonna go check it. I'm gonna go get it and show you an example. It works. All right, now I've got my phone application open and I've got my Chromecast. All right, so I'll open my native Android TV receiver, and then I'll connect to my Chromecast here. All right, looks like I'm connected, and then I'll press the select button, and as you can see, we've received the press signal, and then I can just close it off. Everything works perfectly. All right, this is all. Have a good day.